Hi everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Melanie Josephine. I am the author of the award-winning book Love Life Simplified, and I'm also a life coach. Today we are talking about the missing links and what is holding you back from finding the one. Why haven't you found the one yet? So I struggled with this issue for a very long time. I always seemed to meet guys who didn't want to commit or get into relationships that didn't really work out, weren't very fulfilling, and it was simply not what I wanted. And I always believed that story that you see on television or that people tell you that one day you'll just magically meet the one and it's all gonna be great, yada yada yada. But to be honest, I personally do not believe in that story anymore. I know it works for some people, but I want to give you some more empowering information, because just sitting around not knowing what to do or how to find the one or when is he going to show up, it's just very disempowering. There's nothing you can do. And so I want to just give you some practical advice on what you can do when you're ready for the one, when you just want to put yourself out there. So first of all, you need to leave your past behind. So what does that mean? Maybe you think, oh, well, I'm doing just fine. I don't have anything that I need to leave behind or forgive. But when you look really, really closely, there probably is something, because this is ongoing work for all of us to do, forgiveness work. And I am sure you have something that you need to leave behind and someone that you need to forgive. So look at your own story and think about, is there a pattern to my relationships? Is there a particular guy that I keep dating over and over again? And why is that? And how can I leave that pattern behind? How can I make sure that I don't get myself into the same situation again? And then also think about your thoughts. Watch your thoughts. What are you thinking about men? Are you thinking all the good ones are taken? Are you thinking everybody else is luckier than me? Because if you're having those thoughts, they are absolutely not serving you, and you need to write them down and rewrite them completely. So if it's, for example, everyone else finds the right partner, just not me, you could write down, I can easily find the right partner for myself. Now, obviously, it's not going to be true immediately. It is ongoing work. But if you continuously watch yourself and rephrase those negative thoughts that are running through your mind into positive ones, it will make a difference in your life. And the other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is that maybe you want to consider seeing a therapist or a coach to leave some of your patterns behind, depending on what it is. I also want to say that there's absolutely nothing wrong with seeing a therapist, even if you haven't gone through anything traumatic, because it can just be very, very useful to talk to somebody about your previous relationships, what you can learn from them, and how you can move forward in a healthy way. And a therapist will most likely have a more constructive way to talk you through this than a friend, for example. So that's something you might want to consider. And in terms of forgiveness, make it a practice to write down something that you haven't forgiven someone for. This actually doesn't only apply to previous partners or previous dates. It could really be anything. You write down a situation or just a sentence, something you're still angry about, you haven't forgiven. And then you sit with that, you let the emotions come up and just be there. Let the emotions just be there. So many times we do not want the emotion to be there. We do not want to feel the emotion, but emotions are there for a reason, and they want to be felt and they need to be felt. And when you feel, okay, the time is right, now I'm ready to forgive, then you write down your little forgiveness mantra, which could be, I forgive you, thank you, I'm sorry, I love you. But remember that forgiveness is about you and not the other person. It is about the other person too, but the person who is carrying the resentment, the anger, the hatred inside when you don't forgive is you. So you have to remember that as long as you carry that around, that is lowering your energy, even if you don't think about it on a daily basis. All these little moments that when you think of them still carry an emotion. Let's say you think about something that was upsetting in your childhood, and when you think of it, it comes up with an emotion. That means there is forgiveness work to do. Everything that still carries an emotion is not yet really in the past. You haven't let go of it until you say, I forgive you, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you. Or I always bring them in the wrong order, but anyways, you know what I mean? So this work, take this very, very seriously, because only when you clear all of these emotions that are not serving you, you are moving forward to the one. You're moving forward to love, to happiness, to higher emotions. But you need to work through these situations, emotions, to get ahead. So now I want to talk about my second point, which is clarity. Clarity in any area of life is just one of the most important things. It's almost like a gift that you can give to yourself to get clarity on anything you want in your life, really. And when it comes to your partner, I just want to tell you that me personally, I only realized last year that what I was doing wrong is not getting clear enough in who I was looking for. I thought that if I get really, really clear on what I want, that I would be perceived as demanding, and this person just couldn't be out there if I wrote it all down. But you need to know that it is the opposite. It is completely the opposite. You should write as much as possible, and I'm telling you, write at least 3 pages long. So you can start out with some characteristics that you're looking for, with some traits, qualities, values, and then move into situations. My boyfriend or my partner is behaving like X, Y, and Z in this situation. My partner always does this and this in this situation. I feel love in this situation, and that's what my partner does for me. Get very, very, very specific. And I know that some people say don't get specific about what the person should look like. However, last year I met a girl who said to me, Melanie, this is your dream and you get to put on the paper whatever you want. So this is not about discriminating anybody, but this is your life and this is how you create your life. So if you have a certain type of person that is very attractive to you, there is nothing wrong with writing that down. And then you should stay connected to that list. Read that if you can every day, or a couple of times a week. What I did at the time, I wrote the very, very long list of 3 or 3.5 pages, and then I condensed that a bit. I wrote a shorter list that I would read every morning, only because I knew I wouldn't read the 3 pages every morning. Obviously, it's better to read all of it. However, it served me very, very well to put the most important points on a piece of paper, so that I saw that every morning when I got up, and I read that every morning. The other thing you can do, you can record yourself, you can read out your list, and then you can listen to that on your way to work. So that's a very good tip. And now I'm coming to my very last point. Connect with the energy of love. So what does that mean? What I realized on my journey, and I would actually really be curious if that was one of your holdbacks too. I realized that one of my biggest holdbacks was that I saw myself separate from love, and that I wasn't happy for other people who were in love. And that in order to bring love into my life and find the person that's right for me, I needed to completely dissolve that barrier, bring myself into the same energy, and that way also attract that love to me. So what I did before I realized this, I was always envious of other couples. I was jealous of what they had and what I didn't have, and and that made me very separate from love, until I realized that being happy for them, being on the same energy, and simply imagining that I'm already there really, really, really made all the difference. And that's also the next tip that I want to give you. Visualize yourself and your future partner daily, if you can, or like 3-4 times a week. And visualize what your life looks like. Like, really go into all of the details. Really lie down on your bed for 10-15 minutes a day. Put some relaxing music and just visualize. Visualize what your life with your partner looks like, and feel as if you are already there. Because first, you need to have that clear thought. That's why I talked about clarity so much. And then you need to connect with that feeling of love. And then you need to start taking action. Being out there, being open to cues. Like, do you see somebody who you think, this could be him, maybe I should talk to him? Or maybe I should go on a dating site. But really follow your heart, because dating sites aren't for everybody. Some people like them, others don't. You could, if they're not for you, you could just go out more, join your friends more, go to more bars or parties. Just even if you're shy, don't make that an excuse that you can't meet anybody. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm just saying that in a you create your life way. And if you stay home and you never go anywhere and you shut yourself out, then you also shut life out. So don't make that an excuse. So that was actually it for today's video, but I want to tell you a little bit more about my program and what I'm offering as a coach. And if you're not interested, that's completely fine. You can click you can maybe watch another one of my videos if you like, because I have quite a few videos on this topic. But what I do in my 5-week program, we go exactly through these steps, but you're not doing it yourself, because we all know that making a big change in your life, especially if your dating life hasn't worked for you for a long time and you just don't know what you're doing wrong, it is almost like you're in this picture frame, but you can't see yourself. But when you come to me, I can see yourself. I can walk you through the steps that you need to take to get to the other end and really make those changes. And I want to tell you that I have done that too. I had a lot of realizations on my own, but I also went out and I seek help. And there, like I said earlier in this video, there's nothing wrong with that. That is a very, very amazing and strong step to take. And you and I just walk this walk together, because you do not need to do this by yourself. And also, it is much more fun, because when you've had all these horrible dating experiences, or they don't have to be horrible, but just not enjoyable, I know that you can easily feel very disappointed, very sad, and that's just not how your dating experience have to be if you have help. If you want to do this with me, if you think I'm the right person, come to my website, melaniejosephine.com, and fill in the form, and we're gonna have a clarity call completely free, just to see if we're the right match for each other, and then we can just take it from there. And in the meantime, feel free to watch any of my other videos. Please subscribe for more videos like this, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you know anybody who needs this advice, who needs to just have a little change in their life, then please share this video with them. Alright, see you in my next one. Bye!